When it comes to hype in professional sports, no one does it like those over in the UK. And as of late, they have another that they are hyping up, prepping you for what's to come. And that would be young heavyweight hopeful Moses Itauma, who is fast tracking toward the record books because they want him to beat a record by a previous heavyweight of note. Let's talk about Mr. Itauma. When you talk about heavyweight action, that's where boxing public interest happens to dwell. The big men getting it on. And so this past Saturday, December 21st, we saw the rematch between Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury headline another Riyadh season event. It was an outstanding fight and promotion and a great way to end the year on the backs of the big men of the sport. However, as a co-main event, there was a young man who was introduced to the boxing public, and he is now being slated, positioned to get in there for an opportunity for the record books. We're talking about Moses Itauma, who took on Dempsey McKean and had a first round destruction of McKean, who was an older, more experienced fighter. Now, when we talk about he and McKean, the Australian McKean came into this fight at the age of 34. Yeah, he is 6'6", and though he resides in the UK, he's from Australia. His record of now 22-2 with 14 KOs They referred to him as the Tower. He was supposed to be a real step up for Moses Itauma. And when you think about his last fight, which was back in August of 2023, a 12-round TKO loss to Filip Hrgovic. Now, you know Hrgovic, right? That's the one that Daniel Dubois defeated earlier in the year. However, this was supposed to be a huge step up for Itauma. Itauma, who is 19. That's right, he's 19 years of age. He's 6'2" and a half with a 78-inch reach. After his destruction of McKean, he's now 11-0 with 9 KOs. Itauma is from Kazmarok, Slovakia. Yeah, he's a southpaw residing in Chatham, the UK. This young man is being fast-tracked by Queensberry for an opportunity at a title where he can break Mike Tyson's record of being the youngest heavyweight champion in history. They're trying to make this happen for him. And I believe it can happen, and this is how it's going to happen. Could he defeat Alexander Usyk, who is the unified heavyweight champion presently? Just off of his victory Saturday over Tyson Fury, that would seem like a big fight, right? However, Daniel Dubois, who now has the IBF title that Usyk gave up during the summer, and he fought for the title against Anthony Joshua in September. Usyk may give up another title. And that's how Moses can have an opportunity at a title shot. This fight that he fought against McKean was for a WBO and I do believe a WBC Intercontinental title. In other words, he's right there under a champion and in a position to fight for a world title as soon as one of those belts become available. Now, his first round destruction over McKean was very impressive. I've talked about the best of the heavyweights being between 6 foot and 6'3". Moses falls right in there. He's a southpaw, which will bring difficulty to a number of men that are regularly orthodox fighters. However, I'm not 100% sold on Itauma based on what has happened. Could this be just an alignment of sorts? Because, you know, Anthony Joshua is pretty much coming to the end of a career where over the past 10 years he's had a good run. Daniel Dubois, who happens to be 25 years old, but they haven't embraced him as the next best thing, even though he bested the thing that they loved most in AJ. Itauma represents something a little bit different. And he talks a good game, but as I watched his fights, I see loopholes. I see things that aren't tightened up yet. And they are talking about how outstanding he is with working with guys in the gym. And I believe that I saw Ben Davison in his corner. Well, all I can say about that is it appears they're ready to roll the dice on a heavyweight opportunity title shot for Itauma. But if you really want him to have some type of longevity, he needs to learn how to win against styles, not just knocking people out. And the guys that he's been knocking out, besides McKean and Wash, are really no one. Johnny Fisher, on the same card this night, had difficulty when he ran into a gentleman who is a very experienced fighter and gave him all he could muster in David Allen. Now, David Allen would have been more of a challenge for Itauma than McKean. Allen, who has held the BBBFC title in the past, and he has been a Commonwealth contending fighter for quite a while. He's 32 years of age. They refer to him as the White Rhino. His present record is 23-7 with 2 draws and 18 KOs. He's been stopped 4 times. But the thing about Allen is he has enough veteran experience that he put Johnny Fisher not only on the canvas twice in their fight Saturday, but should have given him his first loss in a split decision that went against him, which was all about trying to keep Fisher thriving. And I don't like when I see those type of things, because fighters train hard. They're away from their families. They put their bodies through the rigors of real harsh, trying preparation, and they should be rewarded when they put forth the proper efforts. But Itauma is the type of fighter that he could find himself in against the Allen. And I'm not saying that Allen would defeat Itauma or even do to him what he was able to get done against the likes of Johnny Fisher. But Itauma, though they're trying to break the Mike Tyson record, if they pull back from that and really allow this young man to develop, then he could be a threat to reign for a much longer time. Forget about the fast track. Remember, build the man's foundation, and then he can be a formidable man who can not only win the world title, but he can reign. And that's what you want at the end of the day. You want a fighter who can reign and stay in that position of being a who's who. But again, they want him to be the champ. And sometime in 2025, he'll probably fight for one of these world titles. Usyk is getting on in age. Fury can forget about it. AJ will probably be looking to bow out soon. And they're not even looking at Daniel Dubois. I talked about that. But I like to see a young man who thinks he can get it done. And Itauma feels confident. And he should, because that's what they presented with him. But is he ready to fight for a world title? Oh, he can win a vacant title. But can he lift a title off of a world champion? A defending world champion, not just a titleist. That remains to be seen. But keep your eye out for Moses, because he's coming and his promoter wants him to go to the promised land. Will it be in Riyadh, Saudi? Who knows? But you let me know what you think about this. This is Stormy B Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know your thoughts about Itauma and what should be next for him. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.